My name is Shannon Stowell. I'm the president of the Adventure Travel Trade Association. We're a global association of about 1,000 companies, nonprofits, and governmental organizations that are all focused on the development and promotion of sustainable adventure tourism. I was working at an environmental chemistry lab in Washington State back in the mid-90s, and a friend of mine had given me a call and said, I think that this e-commerce thing is going to be real, that people are actually going to buy stuff on the internet. So we decided to start an e-commerce company, and then we thought, well, what should we sell? And we were both outdoor enthusiasts, hikers, campers, bikers, skiers, so we said, let's sell outdoor gear. REI is not online yet. We showed up at Outdoor Retailer and walked into the show, and we went to numerous booths and talked to all these big manufacturers about what it would be like for them to let us sell their product online. And we got a lot of blank stares, and we got a few no thank yous, and we got a couple of companies that said, our product will never be sold on the internet. But we ended up then in Patagonia's booth, and we sat down, and here's this guy in a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flop sandals. Here we are in our khakis and nerd shirts. Immediately we knew that we had some culture adjusting to do, but the beauty of that story is Patagonia said yes. And so that was our first vendor that we sold on the internet, and shortly thereafter, most of the other manufacturers followed suit. In 2004, the transition occurred. I honestly did not feel like I was making a real difference. I'm just learning how to sell outdoor gear better at higher volume, and I'm just not passionate about it. But this, I mean, the impact is incredible. So I left Alltrek and started my new role as president of the Adventure Travel Trade Association. I love my job. I get to work with incredible people, not only the ATTA team, but also what we loosely refer to as the Adventure Tribe, which is spread all around the world and are parts of the industry from the governmental level to the tour operator to the tour guide level. I love the fact that there's this common ethos, this common thread, this desire to do tourism right. I think what's so important about adventure tourism is that because it essentially relies on the sale of natural and cultural capital, that these are the companies who are at the forefront of conservation, of sustainability, of making sure that the local economy is cared for. Because if the adventure travel companies don't take care of that, they lose their business. Well, I think there's one really powerful example on a large scale of how adventure tourism is helping a destination move the needle in the right direction, and that would be in Namibia. This is an environment where the people on the ground are now financially motivated to make sure that poachers do not take their rhino or their elephant or their lion, because they see how the tourism dollars that come in come directly into their pockets. When people are struggling financially, environmental issues just are not important to them, and it's understandable. They have bigger issues to face. And I look at all the controversy around the captive orcas right now, and I understand why it's blowing up so big. And that's where I say, okay, there's an adventure travel solution to that, which is get responsible operators who can take people out on boats and see orcas in the wild. Is it more expensive? Absolutely. Shouldn't nature be worth more? Absolutely. And a job certainly is challenging. It's incredibly complicated, working in multiple cultures. Not only our members and our partners, but our staff is even multicultural. So it has its challenges, but I think probably the hardest part of the job is just being away from my kids. It requires a lot of travel, so I'm on the road a lot, and it chews people up all the time. What makes the sacrifices bearable is the fact that I do believe that what we're doing is making a positive change for people. I do think that the adventure tourism industry is reducing poverty in a lot of situations, so I feel like my life's work is a much bigger picture than just a job. And honestly, I can't even imagine doing anything else at this point.